and down through the whole body. Opening that space. Welcome. Extending, if you could sit over there, I'd be better. Okay. Extending that space through the body. Extending it up and down and into the room around you. So extending to the person to the right, to the left, across the room. And sensing that space and the energy of the space. Pulling that energy into the top of the head, down through the forehead, through the face, through the throat, down into the heart, down into the belly, into the lower body. Down into the legs, into the feet, into the arms, into the hands. And settling into the energy. On this day of the eclipse. And just sensing it right now in your body. And we'll amplify that energy from the back of the head into the forehead. The back of the head into the eyes. The back of the head into the mouth. The back of the head into the throat. We extend the energy forward. The back of the head into the heart. The back of the head into the belly. And the back of the head into the lower body. An opening right now in the heart. As we open just a bit more into the light of the field. Settling into the light. Once again, we extend to each other. To the person on your right. To the left, across the room. Settling into the light. We extend to the people on the Zoom this morning as they extend here. We also extend to our generational field, that field of the ancestors, the family, the friends. The great yogis we've met in our life. We extend to our root teacher, all our different Buddhist teachers, Lama Norla, to Dr. Yan Shin from the Taoist tradition, to Amachi. We extend also to all our traditions of which we participate. And to the great archetypes of all the traditions. So this morning, we're actually going to have a guest speaker, Michael Rutkowski. A couple of months ago, Michael wrote an article for the Huffington Post. And after I read it, I said, he should speak. The article's on the compassion for all sentient beings. So I thought I would turn this over to Michael now. And his love for animals.
Thank you. Imagine if, as Albert Einstein proposed, we humans widen our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures. If each of us dedicates ourselves to avoiding cruelty to humans and non-humans alike. If we open our eyes to how many of our indulgences thoughtlessly rest on a foundation of animal suffering. If we elevate kindness and compassion toward all beings as a great virtue, rather than a nice thing to do when it is not too inconvenient for us. If we respect all lives. This thought occurred to me when I read two recent news stories. In one, a swimmer at an Argentine beach saw a baby dolphin in the water, seized it, and brought it to land, unconcerned that a dolphin cannot survive out of the water. On the shore, a mob of beachgoers passed the dolphin around so that they could take selfies with the helpless, suffering animal. Subsequently, they left the dolphin on the sand to die. In the other story I read, divers exploring the waters off Costa Rica recently had an extraordinary encounter with one of the ocean's most majestic creatures who, in the throes of a life-threatening predicament, approached them as if to ask for their help. The group was partway through their dive when an enormous manta ray appeared in the distance, swimming in their direction. As the animal got closer, the divers noticed that she was entangled in rope from a fishing net which was cutting into her flesh. Amazingly, instead of diverting course, the manta ray continued toward them, close enough for one of the divers to unwrap the thick line from her body. Once the fishing net was removed, the manta ray continued to linger for 30 minutes around the divers before she swam off, disappearing into the dark depths. Unfortunately, much of the time, we humans are concerned only with ourselves. Often we have little regard for the other living beings with whom we share this planet, their lives, their spirits, their deaths, their suffering. Many of us consider animals mostly in terms of how we can exploit them for our own pleasure, for food, for entertainment, for experimentation, and for whatever we can manufacture out of their bodies. The fate of that baby dolphin repeats over and over endlessly. Humans kill more than 56 billion animals in slaughterhouses every year. And these numbers don't include animals killed in laboratories, shelters, circuses, and blood sports, nor do they include marine life, like dolphins, whales, and fish. Roughly estimated, humans kill 90 billion marine animals each year. It upsets me to read this to all of you, to contemplate the lives and fates of others, different but in no way inferior to us, who suffer, fear, and feel pain, just as you and I suffer, fear, and feel pain. But we all know that nothing will change if we look away and ignore reality, simply because the reality is awful. Is it not time for us humans to stop our cruelty toward other species? As a psychologist, I know that when we label other groups as less than, and animal is the ultimate segregating label, we stop believing that we need to have any consideration for their existence or for their well-being. I would say that we dehumanize them, but of course the word dehumanize is itself an example of our denying non-humans their what exactly? Their humanity? Nope. Another speciesist term. Search as I might, I can't find a single word to express the notion that globally, human cultures, languages, and belief systems deny non-humans their right to live unmolested. Their right simply to be. We don't need to treat other creatures with so much thoughtlessness and cruelty. We'd be far better off if we didn't. There are human-based substitutes for all manner of animal-based materials. Studies show that a plant-based diet reduces the risk of high blood pressure, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, obesity, and cancer, while my dining experiences show that a plant-based diet can be amazingly delicious. And of course, raising animals for food contributes more to the Pandora's box of global warming than all forms of transportation combined. So, we are literally making ourselves sick, rendering the earth uninhabitable, and putting our survival in peril through our cruelty toward animals. And what of our own souls? Studies show that children who abuse animals often grow up to abuse other humans. So, we should think about how our behavior affects who we are, and how changing our behavior would change us. Imagine if we begin to adhere to a slightly altered golden rule, and treat every creature, regardless of species, as we would wish to be treated. If we extend compassion to all other sentient beings, would we not transform ourselves as individuals and as Homo sapiens from threat to ally? Would we not be choosing a path of sustainability, both for our own health and for the health of the earth? Would not our planet be a far more peaceable place for all to live, human and non-human alike? Well, here's the good news. Every single one of us has the ability to find out for ourselves, through the power of our own choices, the sort of change we might bring about. Our current system only works because each of us cooperates. So, let's make a commitment not to be like those indifferent bystanders on the Argentine beach. All lives, including our own, depend on it. Let's dedicate ourselves to thinking of ways we can make a difference to the lives of all sentient beings. We can cut back on our consumption of animal products, committing 1 or more days of the week to a vegan diet. Yum! We can decide not to buy products made from animals. If you're interested in any of these options, you might check out VegFest DC next Saturday, September 24th, and Sharon and Rudy have put some flyers about it upstairs. We can also donate to organizations that are dedicated to helping animals, such as Mercy for Animals, the African Wildlife Fund, which is doing so much to help elephants and other endangered animals in Africa, or countless others. Together, we can all make a positive difference by extending our compassion to non-human sentient beings. Thank you all so much for listening.
Thank you, Michael. So we'll do that practice now. We'll extend compassion, our love to all sentient beings. And to make it more personal, perhaps you've had a dog or a cat in your life who you loved. Let yourself focus on the love for that animal as we enter into meditation. Once Muktananda was asked by a woman, she said, Baba, I can't meditate. And he said, who do you love? And she said, well, I love my son. And he said, well, then focus on the love you have for your son. Where love is, God is. So once again, we'll do that practice where we cultivate the light for people that are close to us that might be having some difficulty. People and animals. And we'll extend that light out to all sentient beings this morning. Compassion always begins personally, doesn't it? It starts with the mother, and then we extend out to the family members, our friends, our dogs, our cats. And then we can extend it out bigger. But we do have to feel the personal. So we have one more chant today, and this is another one of Michael's loves, Judy Garland.
Every day, just go along dawn till sundown. Here's the rundown. Every day that comes once in a lifetime. Take each day and gather the rosebuds in it. Fill each minute. Every day that comes once in a lifetime. Think of now, tomorrow is waiting in the wings. Who knows what it brings? While the future waits, the present swings from day to day. In Brooklyn or China, across the bay. Only once comes this particular sky. Only once these precious hours will fly. Only once in a lifetime the day goes by. So live, live, live in Brooklyn or China, across the bay. Only once comes this particular sky. Only once these precious hours will fly. Only once in a lifetime today comes by. So live, live, live. I wanna live today.
So we'll start to close up right now. If you like, you can rub your hands together till they're hot. Sealing at the heart, the top of the head, the belly. So we do have one announcement this morning, I think.
Good morning. Next weekend, the 24th and 25th of September, Tai Sito, the great Tibetan Lama of the Kagyu tradition, was actually the Karmapa's teacher, will be there and be giving empowerments and teachings for those 2 days. And he'll be giving it from the Shagpa tradition, which is a very ancient Tibetan tradition that has its roots in shamanism. And you can go on the website and find out about it. Loma Norla's Monastery.
So thank you all for coming this morning, and we do have some refreshments upstairs. So, and if you'd like to stay and meditate a while, please do.